The Department of Justice charged an Iranian national and member of Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps on Wednesday with planning to hire someone to kill former National Security Advisor John Bolton. The DOJ said in a release that Shahram Poursafi started planning to murder Bolton in October, likely in retaliation for the United States' January 2020 drone strike that killed Qasem Soleimani, the leader of the IRGC's elite Quds force. The release says that Poursafi attempted to pay people $300,000 to kill Bolton in Washington, D.C. or Maryland. The Justice Department has the solemn duty to defend our citizens from hostile governments who seek to hurt or kill them, said Matthew Olson, the Assistant Attorney General for the DOJ's National Security Division. This is not the first time we have uncovered Iranian plots to exact revenge against individuals on U.S. soil, and we will work tirelessly to expose and disrupt every one of these efforts. The release states that Poursafi asked a U.S. resident he met online to take photographs of Bolton in October, ostensibly for a book he was writing. The resident told Poursafi that he could introduce him to another person who could take the photos. That person was identified in court documents as a confidential human source. Poursafi offered the source money the next month to eliminate Bolton and said he had another job that he would be willing to pay $1 million for. He repeatedly referenced a group he belonged to that would be angry if Bolton was not killed, and said the group would require video confirmation of Bolton's death. In January, Poursafi told the source that he regretted that the killing would not occur by the anniversary of Soleimani's death on January 3rd, according to the DOJ. Poursafi could face up to 10 years in prison and a fine of up to $250,000 if convicted of using interstate commerce facilities to commission a murder for hire scheme, and up to 15 years in prison and a fine of up to $250,000 if convicted of attempting to provide material support for a transnational murder plot. Okay. They have some statement from the White House National Security Advisor, but I don't care about that guy. So, Bolton is probably, of any American officials who have served since the 21st century started, one of the least redeeming. As far as, what I mean by that is, even if there are Republicans who I think are warmongers, who I think are trying to start a conflict all over the place, like McCain, for example, they usually had some kind of domestic belief that I could get behind, or some other thing they did that I could say, all right, well, that was a good thing, that they did. But Bolton is just a plain warmonger. He's a person who wants conflict with North Korea, with Iran, who really just gives Israel's government a complete pass for the way they treat Palestinians, and pretty much takes any position that benefits them and Saudi Arabia. So I want it to be known that I am not his fan in the slightest. But at the same token, I'm very happy that this plot failed, because I don't support my political enemies, or not even political enemies, I guess rivals, adversaries, people that you don't agree with, etc. I don't support them getting killed. I think you could argue that Soleimani's murder was stupid, and it was something that shouldn't have happened, and it was something that inflamed U.S.-Iran tensions, and could actually be seen as as the event that triggered this to even be something that this guy tried to do to Bolton, which Bolton supported, by the way, referring to Soleimani's assassination. But I don't think two wrongs make a right, and I hope that this guy goes to jail. I hope that Bolton never gets in any position of power again with any other Republican president that may spring up in the next 10 or 20 years. And that we can actually get better relations with Iran, because I do think a lot of them feel as if the U.S. hates people from their country because they see how much we suck off Israel's government. And while I don't condone them wanting to do violent things to us, I do think a lot of it is provoked when they feel this way. So I'm hoping for better relations. I'm hoping that other American figures aren't targeted, but they probably will be, and I can only hope that the right figures in power are able to do something about it, because I really don't support bad things happening to these people. The only bad thing I support happening is they lose their position in government. But as far as health issues and threats of violence, I'm not for any of that. So while I understand being upset over Soleimani's killing, I'm not going to support an American killing or any other you know politician or public figure being you know gone after in some retaliatory way. That's never something I endorse.